Not long after the bomb cyclone spun its heavy rains into Northern California, the earth started giving way. Destructive landslides and debris flows swept down hillsides that had been recently burned by wildfires. We saw something similar happen in Oregon just this past January. Heavy rains brought in by an atmospheric river caused this deadly slide near Dodson that swept away a woman driving in her car. It was the same area that had been severely burned in the Eagle Creek fire 3 years prior.
And so our project is looking at a landslide and debris flows that happened in the Eagle Creek burn.
It was an event Portland State University researcher Dr. Andrew Martin is now studying.
We are actually looking at how extreme precipitation impacts two phenomena, landslides and debris flows.
Specifically in areas burned by wildfires. Martin and his research team are working alongside the U.S. Geological Survey to better understand how these events will intensify as the climate changes.
Two things that we think might increase with climate change in the future. And one is more extreme precipitation, and the other is potentially more fires.
More rain and more fires will likely mean more slides. Martin and his team want to find out more about what factors trigger those slides and when and where. They know that fire wipes out plants and vegetation that helps stabilize hillsides, but they also learned that burned forests tend to absorb less water. When a heavy rain comes into those areas, the impact can be disastrous.
Because the rain that hits the burned area, the burned forest, it can't soak into the ground, and it instead pools and runs down the surface, and it carries all of the mud and fallen trees and all and the other debris with it.
The researchers have put instruments in previously burned areas of the gorge. Those instruments will track rain amounts and ground movement and give the researchers a look underground at what is happening when the land starts to slide.
Then we can start to say, well, this type of fire is really at risk of landslides, and maybe this other type of fire or this other type of storm system that produces rain may not be so much.
So that in the future, when we get more fires and more heavy rains, we'll know better how the land will move. Keely Chalmers, KGW News.